Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Chris, it's Ryan. Look, brother, I know things are busy right now and the whole world is going crazy. You graduated college, you got that diploma in hand. Congrats, by the way. Go Pokes. But look, man, mid-tour leave is over. Time to get after it and drop some wisdom on the heart of the volunteer community. It's time for season 2, my friend. It's time to get on a schedule and mic up, brother. All right, I'll see you on the flippity flip.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to your Season 2 introduction here on the Heart of a Volunteer Veterans Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Stick around. We got some good information for you. All right, folks. Hey, I know that we have been gone for a long damn time. April 3rd was the last episode that we put out, and that was with Ranger James West from West and Dunn Law. That was 4 months ago, and at the time, it just seemed like the right thing to do to just kind of end Season 1. I know I didn't tell anybody, but we ended Season 1 with that quite simply because of the virus. The virus was the only thing that was being talked about. A lot of veterans were, stay-at-home orders. They weren't at work. They were dealing with, with the virus and their families and trying to figure out what was going on. I talked to a couple of the co-hosts that had been on during Season 1 and basically kind of talked to them about, do I need to come on and talk about information that I don't really know about, that's not clear to everybody that's out there? And that basically the answer was no. There's no reason for me to go on there and basically clog up the airways with information that nobody knew to be true or false. And since that was pretty much the only thing that was being talked about at the time, we just decided just to end it there. So Season 2's ending, you will know when the last episode is, and when you know the last episode, you'll know when Season 3 starts. All right, we'll do a much better job. That's totally on me, and it's my fault. Another reason to quit it then was my final semester there at Oklahoma State. If you tack the virus on there with a final semester, it made perfect sense to go ahead and kind of end things and work towards the end of my college career. With that, I would like to say this. Oklahoma State University, amazing school. The faculty, the instructors, the professors, the facilities, amazing, top notch. I can only think of one professor that I had that I didn't jive with, and it had nothing to do with them. It was just the subject matter, and my idea of the subject matter was different than his. But that kind of stuff happens. I'm a 46-year-old retiree, and with world experiences, when I get into something, it has a different feel in the classroom. But other than that, amazing school, an amazing experience. The only thing I can say on top of that is that the graduation was pretty weak sauce. I've been to a unit field sanitation graduation back in 1999. That was better than that. But that's the state we live in now, folks. Our expectations should be dialed down a little bit because we are limited by what we can do, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, all right? But hey, as we know, plans change, right? We've been in this hyper state of Semper Gumby, which is always flexible. My Marine Corps brothers and sisters, they tend to use that quite often. But we have been changing plans all the time. It's what we do, and it really has been the cornerstone of the way I've been operating for a long time. Is just prepare for mission change, and to go right along with that, if you listened to season 1, you heard me talking about my plans for graduation, right? We did the podcast in the last 2 semesters of my college career and part of the summer. But the thing is, I was going to buy a Sprinter van. I was going to get it all geared up so I can live in it. I even saved $27,000 to purchase this thing and redo it and to get out on the road, and started selling some of my stuff, right, to kind of lighten my load. But physical limitations, everybody's got those, and when you get older and you're banged up, that's what you get. And I discovered after taking a couple of trips back to the ranch in Kansas that my back and my neck and shoulders, they weren't going to be able to handle that. I can barely keep my head kind of on my neck sometimes. So scrap that plan. That plan was scrapped. So the idea was, live somewhere and, just podcast from there. So the idea was move to a place for a year and do a season there in a city where there's veterans, and work with the veterans community and podcast there, but also with veterans from around the country, veterans that come through that area, all that good stuff, right? And then the virus hit. My very first stopover was going to be Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, if you look at what's happened in Tulsa in the last almost a month, their numbers have gone up. They've had, just a lot of different things that have happened. So I decided before all that, even before graduation, that I wasn't moving to a city. I was going to be moving to somewhere a little more remote, a little more removed, and just something kind of quiet. But to kind of figure out what I was going to do, I took off to the lake, spent a few days there just watching Ranger TV, which is just a fire for you that don't know, and decided that I was going to try to find a quiet place to settle down. A place to do the podcast, a place that I can invite veterans to come and stay, decompress, and gather energy. So when they head back home and back out to life, they can get after it. And I want to tell you folks, this is exactly what I got. That is exactly what I was looking for. And thank you to a Navy veteran by the name of Rob and his wife Jackie. I bought their place here off of Lake Texoma. It's about 200 yards from the water. It's 5 lots long. It's got a studio on it. We're in the Lakeside Studios right now. This building is dedicated to Staff Sergeant Richwell Doria, Dagger 81. He was a squad leader in my platoon in Iraq, and he was killed. Amazing young man with a family, wife and a daughter that he left behind. And we're going to drive hard through this season and every season that this podcast recorded from this building with his energy, because that's exactly what he had. Folks, we have a lot of topics to cover always when it comes to veterans. Right now, suicide is in the top of our list. A couple of days ago, we had a veteran an active duty soldier that took his own life. We have got to get our arms around that, and we're going to be focusing on that during season 2, season 3, and on until we get our arms around it. Until we start finding solutions, we're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep bringing veterans on and cracking them like eggs so they talk about it. And so we can start getting rid of this stigma that's behind PTSD and what we've gone through. We have to be able to talk to each other. We have to be able to sort through these things so that we can be there for our families, our wife, our kids, our husbands, if you have them. All right. And for friends, there's plenty of people in our lives that we come across. And if you're a good human being, if you see somebody struggling, you help them out. And we're going to work on starting to build up some of that ability and the folks that are out there that are listening to the podcast and everything else, so we can start taking care of this. Okay. Hey, also here at the property here at LZ Ranger, attached to the Lakeside studio is the Sniper Bar and Grill. I put a video up on Instagram. Believe me, there's going to be plenty of photos of the bar because we're going to be running a veterans breakfast here starting in September. Looks like it's going to be the first Wednesday of every month. We're having a veterans breakfast right here for veterans that are in the area to come in, break a little bread, drink a little OJ and coffee and some water or whatever the case may be, and just talk to other veterans, meet some new veterans, and talk about some of the things that are going on out there that a veteran can grab a hold of and help themselves, okay? So trying to keep the community tight, no matter where I go, that's really my focus, is to get my people together, and those that are struggling, help them. That's what we do. We've always done that, and we're going to keep doing that. All right, so hey, let's talk about Season 2, okay? To start Season 2, to start to build it, I got with the Season 1 co-hosts, talked to them on Facebook, the ones that wanted to be a part of Season 2 with ideas. They jumped out at me, and we had some discussions. And, I asked them, the big question was, do we keep it Heart of Volunteer Veterans Podcast, or would he say HOV Veterans Podcast? Heart of Volunteers, staying Veterans Podcast. So you may hear me say HOV, but Heart of Volunteer is who we are. All right, that's what we do. The other thing was the formatting. Are we going to stay with the 3 episodes? Now that I'm graduated and this is the job that I do, even though I don't make any money at all on it, but this is what I spend my time doing, talking to veterans and putting together episodes with hopefully challenging topics for both of us that we can get through, and we can put that information out in an episode. One that it's entertaining, it's got great information, it's put together well, and all the information makes sense and gets veterans and those that are looking out for veterans, or those folks out there that know that PTSD is not limited to just veterans. Struggles in life are not just limited to veterans. You don't have to go very far to see civilians doing SEAL PT, Ranger PT, trying to do a PT test with a veteran that got out, that runs that program just for civilians. What we've got, veterans that are out there, what we have are experiences that can help everybody. If we can figure out how to get around PTSD, if we can figure out how to get around the struggles in our lives, then civilians can too. And the thing is, we did it over there, kept them safe. We need to be doing it over here also. And not just them, but our brothers and sisters in arms that are veterans also, okay? Let's work on building this, all right? And the way we're going to do that, folks, is 3 episodes a week, okay? There are 2 more days, and I'm going to talk about those at the end. But let's talk about the Monday, Wednesday, Friday format that we've got set up for Season 2. Your Monday is going to be a focus episode. Now, that's going to be a focus on something veteran-related, obviously. And that's going to be, hopefully, if we can make it happen, a roundtable discussion. So it's not going to be just me and another veteran. It's going to be a couple other veterans. And you're going to get 3, 4, maybe even 5 different ideas on a topic. And those episodes are going to run about 30, 45 minutes, depending on the topic. If the topic is a little deeper and the energy's running strong, we'll go a little farther. If it's great information, folks, we won't keep it from you just because of time. We're going to go with quality, not quantity, okay? Jumping off into Wednesday, we're going to stick with our veterans chat. That's just a conversational topic that is, that's engaging. And that topic is brought by the co-host that comes on. So a veteran calls me up, sends me an email, reaches out somewhere on social media and says, hey, I've got an idea of an episode. We talk about it. We work on it. We jump on. We record it. We put it out. People listen to it. They love it. That's how it works. Too easy, right? It's much harder than that because veterans, for some reason, think that this is like a major muscle movement, like a PT test or something. It's not. This is regular PT. It's just easy. It's easy peasy, all right? So if you want to come on Veterans Chat, Focus, or a SOG episode, which I'll talk about here next, just reach out. It's real easy, real easy. All right, so our Friday episode is the SOG episode. That is the backbone, the bread and butter of Heart of Volunteer Veterans Podcast. Josh and I, when we first got started, we were just doing basically just kind of interviews that were Saga focused, and the SOG episode came out of that, and we have not gotten away from it. Great stories about overcoming struggles, coming back from the bottom and getting to the top. Those are amazing, amazing episodes. If you go back and listen to some of those, there are times where I didn't have anything to say. I was just trying to keep my emotions in check because those episodes are so powerful. Those veterans are opening up and just pouring themselves out there for the listeners and other veterans and civilians to get a hold of and to make changes in their own life. See somebody else's struggles. Stop what you're doing so you don't go down the long road that they went to and get yourself some help. Okay? You can reach out to us here. Anybody else? It helps everywhere. Okay? But hey, going off of Friday, that takes us into the weekend. We don't do anything on Saturday and Sunday, but we do have a Tuesday and a Thursday. Now, the Tuesday and Thursday episode days, I have blocked those off, and I'm going to continue to guard those with everything that I've got. Only because this is what I want. I want professionals. I want subject matter experts in finance, physical and mental health, real estate, employment, everything. Whatever we can get professionals out there, I want to put together 2 or 3 episode series where they come on and they talk about things for 30, 45 minutes and build up and cover more ground and leave those days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, just for them. That way a veteran's like, hey, what series is planned for this month, right? 4 episodes, cover the month. Oh, I don't need finance. I'm good on finance. So you don't listen. A Thursday episode comes on. It's about physical fitness. Like, man, I would love to hear an episode on physical fitness. For the whole month, every Thursday, I'm gonna get something that's gonna help me, something I'm gonna be able to work on for the next week, and hopefully over that period of that month of me listening to it and working on it, it's something that sticks, right? That's our goal with those Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you are a professional out there, you're working in the VA, you're working in a gym. You're a real estate agent, you're doing finance, you're working employment, anything that you're doing out there that you've got solid information, let's get you on here, okay? Let's get you on here and let's talk about it. Hey, even if you're doing automotive stuff, you're doing woodworking, anything that would be like 2 or 3 episodes, 3, 4 episodes, reach out to me. Let's get you on the podcast. Let's get that information out to veterans so that we can start to build a community, give some veterans out there some stuff to do, and also give them some life hacks. Okay, work with us, folks, because we're trying to build the podcast and keep it going. Okay. With that, folks, I just want to say I'm looking forward to the season. I've missed being on the mic. I've missed talking to veterans on the podcast, and it's great to be back. I look forward to a great season on the podcast. And everyone take care and stay blessed. Copyright Heart of Volunteer 2020.